Hello. Tier lists. I had the idea. Music is distracting me now. Actually, I've spent like 2 minutes setting up music before the stream. I hope it'll work okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a few. The existence of this massive, every single character tier list is it makes it. I don't know. It seems like it'd be silly to do a tier list for every single character, and so I kind of could do that. But first, a frenchness tier list, which will not be every single existing character. As this was one, frenchness was a common requested tier list. First, though, I realized I made something of a tier list just unintentionally recently. Somebody was asking for like a super boss ranking, and a lot of people replied with one. And I thought this was the ranking, but this is just in order of what they think is most spoilery. It's kind of a strange order to put them in, but anyway, I have a a super boss difficulty tier list kind of made here. I guess making it into a tier list would help, because I think there's like a big jump from Slime Hydra to Crimson Surge, Comatose to Aster and Honko. I don't know. I haven't fought all of them either, though, so... Anyway. Frenchness tier list. I don't really know what I'm actually doing here. Let's make some more French. So, like, almost everybody... Okay, Joel is born in Montreal, so that makes him French. Whereas, like, Sam, Sybil, we don't know for sure they were born here. So that's true for the Rat Child as well. Dan... God, I don't know. I don't think Lay is French. I think probably not. Dan could be. Helen is definitely not. She's something very different. Audrey is pretty French. Audrey is the most French character so far, because she's addicted to nicotine, which is a very French thing to be, so... Exceptionally, I'm not sure. She's our most French so far. Oh wait, I forgot. Okay, I wanted to point this out too. Frankie Smile has announced some kind of a game jam-like thing where you don't make a game, you make areas that get combined into one game. Which seems nice. It's kind of he's just asking about it right now. There's not much for plans currently. So, that is something I will definitely be participating in and am excited for. Ernest has traveled a lot, so he's less likely to be French than a lot of characters. Sophie, again, is young, so she was probably born not that far away, but she could have moved. I don't know. I think she's going to school in Montreal with Joel as well, so that makes them French. Her mother is less clear. Morton, I think if you're a bug, does that mean you can't be French, or can you still be? Because he was. I need the line from him about the watch fob community. Give me a moment. Oh, Audrey is our most French so far because he's addicted to nicotine. But she might be moved down later. Okay, I have the wiki here for research on Morton. Third largest collection of antique watch fobs in the country. So he's dedicated to this country in some way. He's not, like, from somewhere else. So that does make him... I think that makes him French. The roaches, I think they aren't, personally. I'm not sure. Papineau is the first definitely exceptionally French character. Is Audrey an anime girl? Kind of. Kind of. That would make sense, actually, because then she's like... Well, I guess anybody could be described in isekai terms, but there is a vending machine isekai, so... Philippe, I think that's kind of French. Zarya always seemed French to me, more than, like, other adult characters where I'm like, I mean, could be, but, like, Zarya just seems like, yeah. I think because she's blue, maybe, and Papineau is also blue. I'm like, oh yeah, blue people are French. I don't know. But she seemed pretty French to me. Monty, I don't know as much about Monty, comparatively. Lyle... Yeah, I feel like I'm putting too many people in could be. The astronomers, let's do them real quick. I'm not putting them in English, they'll be moved elsewhere. I just want them, like, grouped together. Astor is a professor at a Quebec university. So that's a definite yes. Anything else for the others? I don't know. I'm like struggling to think about them. I guess Aurelius is friends with Astor, so that makes him more likely to also be French, but it's not that big of a point. I think there are others going here, but Astor is a... Wait, no, he's a professor at it! Wait, okay, give me a moment. I'm hiding the window anytime I search something. McGill University. Because I remember it was like... It's... Oh, this is huge. This is huge, actually. Okay. McGill is an English language university in Quebec. James McGill, a Scottish merchant. I'm glad I remembered to check that. Astor is actually not French. Beryl is 100% French. She has a southern accent. No, Beryl has a southern accent. She moved to Canada from the southern US. She's not French. Thank you for reminding me by saying the opposite of what I remembered from that. Okay. Aurelius and Jasper, I don't think we have that much on. These two are I'm so glad to have some actual, definitely not French characters. Okay, that was huge. Pierre, he's French and in French. He's named Pierre, the most French name, and he's a clown. Beryl strikes you as particularly French. She's from the South. She has a southern accent. She can't. I mean, you'd be less French for sure if you were. You could be somewhat French and from the South, but Jean here has one of the most French names. It's up there with Pierre. Her dad is Southern, her mom wasn't. What's so French about the name Beryl? She could be from the French South. No, south of the United States, southern US, and she moved to Canada. It's Beryl. I'm googling the name Beryl. predominantly in the a masculine name in the United States. Okay, it was from a French name, but it's also possibly spelling of a Yiddish name. Beryl Desot. English ballet dancer, but Beryl de Selencourt, that is kind of French. Spanish, British American. I don't know. This isn't very. It's not that convincing. Got bit by a bug. I'm saying unlikely. I can accommodate unlikely to be French. Yeah, I think if you have a southern accent, you're unlikely to be French, but the name, that's something, I guess. Eugene? I don't think Eugene is French. A name like Eugene? Nestor? I don't know. I don't know much about Nestor. He's just like sitting in the bathroom. Okay, where do we go? Louis? Louis is a very French name. He goes up there. Juicebox is a big unknown. That's a definite first unknown here. Kaylee... I don't know. Am I French? No. No, I am not. If I was on this list, I would go in the... maybe even the English tier, but that might be a bit much. Definitely this one, at least. Frederick is a painter, which is kind of he wears a beret. He wears a beret. That puts him exceptionally French, I think. Louis and Jean have like super French names, so I kind of want to put them higher, but I don't think it's quite enough. We're not rating every character on this one. That would be too much. She was, or I guess they were. I normally end up. What is their name even? River or Charlie? I can't remember the other name, even though it's the one I normally end up with. Is born in Montreal, so that's a point on French, I think. Goes with them. Joel's parents, I don't know. Joel's parents are a real maybe. Wait, I got the wrong version of them. Is that the right one? The standard? Maybe. I think they could be. But going to a school in Montreal makes their child more French, or more certainly French than them. What is this song? Shining under the slope, above the slope. Oh, this was one of the songs that Dark Violet suggested to the list. There's a lot of people I don't really know. This guy, I put him in the thumbnail as not French. I think, I don't know. I'm gonna go unlikely. Would Meat World count as part? Oh, that's a good point. That's a good question. Let me think. So, you do see a good amount of people in Meat World with quite French names. Right? Like, they actually... What are their names exactly? Looking for the organs. I think they have fairly French name. Organ disambiguation. Stanley, Ursuline, Camille, Charles. Well, would you translate that, or do they spell it differently? Lou, Cataline. They have fairly French names in Meat World, and so I think that still counts. who's next? This priest... Oh, this guy, I think he's like Papano's friend. I think he goes up there. I don't remember his name. I only met him once. The priest, I think that's a definite could be. This guy's, like, straight from London. I don't know, I remember he's like Humphrey. He's got a big top hat, monocle, like... I'm glad to finally have someone in the English tier. I don't know much about this doctor. Her name's like Gracie, I think? I don't pay attention to the names of... I don't know. I don't really have anything on Gracie. So I think that's a could be. If we analyze Dane's chat, we could possibly figure out, like, is he an English streamer? She gives European vibes. Gracie? That makes sense. I was wondering, like, Dan, we could look at analyze his chat and see, is he likely to be, what language is he streaming in, and, like, I don't know. There's lots of just random weirdos, like, who knows what the curio trader's up to? I don't know what you are. You sell food. Like, most of the Dorn counters, like, I don't know. Kind? I haven't met him. He feels un-French, actually, from what I've seen of the way he talks. I don't know what this guy's up to either. Oh, this sprite. I found this sprite when I was, making the thumbnail. And I thought, oh, that's pretty fun. Let me get the thumbnail. I'll just pull it up real quick. It's not a real tier list. It's just, it's like it's a thumbnail bait tier list where it's like, it's just made to look weird and not, actually represent my true opinion. But it was fun to make. Who's Brazilian again? Oh, the weird face. Okay. So yeah, I put that really weird face at the bottom right there. Now here's my placeholder, just putting a bunch of weird stuff together too, if anybody wanted to see it in full. This guy's a chef, so that's some point to French. Let me check his name, because I think he might actually not be French if you think about it. The cook. Hobbs. Thing is, I think Hobbs is from another dimension. Which means he's less likely to be French, even though he's a chef. Other places have chefs, unfortunately. Or fortunately. So... What is this guy? Oh my god. Is that the sports guy? Wow. That's terrifying. He's from New York. Or maybe even Chicago or something. But he's definitely not French. He says mooks, and like... I'm not even certain what accent he has, but it's not it's a very un-French one. This guy, I don't think he's French. He has a Spanish name. So, I don't know. That's not that strong, but we'll go for that. What's this? Another sprite I haven't seen before. He fought in the Vietnam War, maybe? So he's presumably not from Canada, because they didn't do that. Emmanuel's Portuguese. Okay, that would make sense too. I don't know the details of whether that's a Portuguese or Spanish name. So yeah, they didn't fight in the Vietnam War in Canada, so he'd have to be like American, or he could be French. Oh. Because the United States was in the war because of France. France is the origin of that war. What was his name again? I can't quite remember it. What was his name? No, not fighting for America, fighting for France. Because France started... It was a war for... Originally. I guess... Complicated. It was like France was fighting, and then... I guess Vietnam got independent, and then that's... After that is the big part that was famous, but there was a pre... independence part where it was Vietnam against France. I can't quite remember his name. Okay, wait. Henderson. That is less French of a name, so I'm gonna go with American, but I think the French French part of the Vietnam War is a pretty fun theory. I don't remember these well enough to rank them. Some of them have pretty French names, but I'd have to look up their names. The hand people are impossible to really say. I'm just going to grab a few hand people and put them in unknown. Because they've lost, like, all memory of their lives. So, I guess, if they used to be French, well, they could still be French. I was going to say if they used to be French, now they're not, but they might still be. It's... The spider is actually also going in the English tier. He speaks Old English. Or not Old English, sorry. Early Modern English. That's literally the reason I made the English tier, as I was thinking of the spider. This guy could be. Who else? I think this is another, like, French sanitation worker. Daryl? Daryl feels like a very American name, but I'm not sure. The Hain people were on vacation. Well, some of them were. Were all of them? It's kind of complicated. I don't know. Okay, who else do we want? David. He's a school teacher in Quebec, which is somewhat French. Like I put Joel in the French tier, so I guess he would count as well. Imagine all the other kids go with him. Charon. Charon's like a... I don't even know if it's a... To me it's a Greek name, but I don't think it's quite got it right. Summer? I don't really know with Summer. I don't know. I think she goes in the could be French tier. Okay, who else do we... There's a lot of just, like, enemies around that are pretty hard to rate. The hockey people are more French than the others, because they're in... Well, I guess actually you could be non-French Canadian hockey players, couldn't you? I think it makes them a little bit more French and a little bit more Quebecois. Or Quebec... I don't know how they pronounce it. I think it's Quebec. Which doesn't make sense, because the purpose of Q is to make the Q sound. Because in Latin, V and U were the same letter. And so in any other instance after a consonant, V would be oo. But if you had a Q, then you know it was a Q. I don't know if... I'm not certain that that's true. I think that's what it's about. Yeah, you could be French. What is this sprite? I don't even know what that one is. Angel is a baby in Montreal, so likely... Yeah, French Canadian, exactly. That's why they're here. I forget, are they... Is there a hint as to what like, thank you, that's very helpful. Is there hints as to, like, what team they like? That could help. But I feel like, I think I read somewhere a comment once that was like, oh yeah, it's this team, that's how you know it's in Quebec, but I do not remember. This guy's name is Fabrice, which is like not a name I've ever heard before. Fabrice? Really? A French masculine name from the Roman Fabricius, yeah, so like... I guess just regular. Just a name isn't exceptionally French. We need a little bit more than that. So just the regular French. Drowning, anybody can drown. So that's not French. Who else do we have? The slug guy was Sam's friend, so I think he's on the same tier as Sam. Marc-Andre, very French name. Does he get to be exceptionally French? Typewriter is 100% a British scholar. That's an interesting theory. Panopticon's, I think, one of the... Like, the whole maintenance team, I think, is, exceptionally French. Where is Panopticon? I don't know if I'm going to be... Oh, Wilhelmina von Kreutzwert? Exceptionally French. See, she's, like, the most French we've seen. Look at her posture, her physique, her attitude. Incredibly French. I need to read these. There's like mummies. So much to oof. Okay. The darkness. Why are we... Oh, these are the kissing sprites. She feels German? I don't know. Not very sure about that one. Honko is definitely not French. He's an interdimensional traveler. That's what he does. I would agree with the... who was it? I think it's a tongue from this. Okay. Where was the... Oh, Alex. Okay. Alex was saying the typewriter would be British. I would put them there if I... Oh, I found them. Okay. I was having trouble with that. Okay. Is there any other notable characters? I've got... I mean, like Placide, again. The whole maintenance crew. Very French. Wilhelmina? Is it German? You're saying it now. I don't know. That doesn't seem likely to me. Why was this song in the fun songs playlist that Dark Violet gave me? This is just 3 minutes of ominous noise. It's called Down in the Basement. Alright, let's skip the 3 minutes of ominous noise. Oh yeah, these guys. Antoine... That's something of a French name. But... Where's your friend? There they are. I can't really say much on them. Sluggy isn't French either, I think. But yeah, pretty sure he isn't. I think we've got enough characters. We don't need any kissing sprites. Kissing doesn't really... I mean, I guess actually... Oh, this is a good point. When you meet Sybil, you can give her like a greeting kiss on like the cheek. And I think that's kind of a French thing to do, isn't it? Does that move them both up? There are other places that do it. Yeah, like, exactly. That was a good... I hadn't even thought about that. Like, most people are like, oh, they're like confused and blushing when you greet them with a kiss, but with Sybil, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, I don't know. That feels like a, I think that's a point towards French. Okay, I'm content with who I've put on the list, unless I'm potentially missing a recruitable character. Let me think. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Lay was just kind of random. Because I didn't have anybody in this tier. I guess she's probably in the could be French tier. Okay. I think this is complete. How do I think there was a download button, isn't there? There used to be a download button. Alignment chart. I swear there was a download button, and, well, no, I mean, it's not even, I'm uncertain. It's been replaced with a share button. So I'd have to, like, screenshot it, which I guess I can do. Might be a bit lower resolution than downloading it, but I now have a screenshot of this, so we have that. Let me now reset the tier list. I believe there's a button for that. Maybe it's at the bottom. Oh, the download is at the bottom too. Okay. we'll download it. The bottom is just so far away. It hasn't actually downloaded yet. I know. I remember that it kind of isn't actually very good at downloading. Can we, okay, it'll give me a preview image and we can download that. Okay, that's basically lower resolution than the screenshot was, but whatever, I'll grab it. Okay. And then we reset it. Cat Callus. I think, was Cat Callus the one that got the kissing sprites? That's very helpful. Thank you, Cat Callus. Okay, so now the idea is to rate every single character. Every one of them. Which is a bit... This is going to be empty by the time I'm done. Maybe. This might be impossible, but... The kissing sprites are going to be duplicates anyway, so... Maybe I leave duplicates in. Sybil's a fun character. Sam is a fun character. You gotta go fast. Cat, Sam is a more fun character. Joel is okay. Rat Baby is cool. I like Dan. Helen is pretty good too. Lay is nice. Audrey's great. Ernest, I don't know him that well. Sophie's really funny. Colonel Squeakums I don't know very well. The Trickster is pretty fun, but I haven't actually met them yet. Every Lookout side character based on what their political views. I don't know. I might skip that one. Morton's fun. It also doesn't have to be Lookout side. It can be anything. I think I forgot to say that. Roaches is fine. Papin is fine. Philippe's pretty fun. Maybe I don't actually enjoy that Philippe. This Philippe's good. Monty and Zarya, I don't hate them. Lyle's okay. Mask is kind of fun, which is... Aster is nice. of the astronomers, Aster and Beryl are the fun ones to talk to. Juicebox I haven't talked to enough, but I think he's kind of fun. Jean is pretty good. Jean's a pretty fun character. Maybe even the highest tier, but I'm not sure yet. Eugene, he's kind of funny. She isn't bad, but I gotta rate him, like, in some kind of way. Pierre's good. Louis... Hey, he's fine. Yeah, he's a good character. I like that he doesn't actually eat the Jocker Rocks. Okay, so this is True Fred. True Fred is fine. True Fred is fine. I think that the other Freds are more interesting, really. So, like, let's put that one to represent him. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to... Ernest is fun. He comments on several toilets. That's the mark of a fun character. What is this character? With all the... I don't know who this is. I do not... Is that a Fred? Which Fred is this? I do not recognize it. Godhead Fred is kind of funny. I think just C, though. Toxic Fred is pretty fun. I don't like that the hat is confusing. With a Fred who bites. Okay, the Fred who bites is a good one. Which biting sprite do we have here? I guess this one. Yeah, that's a decent Fred. Paintlings, I hate Paintlings, actually. I'm putting Paintlings at the lowest tier here. I despise them. They just poison you, and then I hate you as well. They poison you so much. I don't even remember this Fred. Is that the Scared Fred, or is that a different one? The Scared Fred is pretty great. Wiggly Fred is quite good as well. If this is Scared Fred, they're an A, but it might be a different one. What is this? Why is there a separate sprite for... This one, I don't think they're that fun of a character. I like that they heal you, but... don't do that much. This is a pretty fun character. River / other names. Upper Blood. They're kind of annoying. I actually don't like them. I might increase the number of tiers. I'm not sure. Where was I? Oh, Shadow Fred's fun. I think Shadow Fred is kind of... they don't have a quest to complete. You don't get anything. So I think for that, I have to lower their placement. It'd be nice if they had one. Oh, this is Tumor Fred. Tumor Fred's, like, fine. Okay, where am I? Mutt. It's kind of funny that he's out of fish, but it's kind of a whatever character, honestly. Pizza Delivery? Actually, the Pizza Delivery is a pretty great character. The Gamer? S tier for sure. I don't know who this... I mean, he just kind of does weird stuff. Hello, Pelm Silly. So fun. Or is that Pelm Silly? I'm not... No. Pelm Silly. Going over back and forth how to read it. This is a pretty... Benjamin's really cool. Benjamin events are great. Clint... I kind of don't like that you can't do anything with Clint. He just attacks you. I forget her name exactly. It's funny that she threatens to... like... I think yeah, the funniness of her threatening, like, a live streamer with nudity is very funny to me, so that's a point. Where'd Baby Teeth go? Normal Baby Teeth should be here, right? Or are they kept separately? I guess they are. The Mad Pie's fun. Yeah. It reminds me of that Jimmy Neutron episode where they get attacked by pizza, which I liked when I was young. I think he's one of my more enjoyable door encounters. More enjoyable generic door encounters. He, like, gives you kind of a puzzle. Oh, it's pound men, but you misclick, so now you're stuck with it. Nice. I think, yeah, he's a fun door encounter. He's like, oh, what healing item would help with this problem, and can I spare it? Can I give something else that wouldn't be as effective, but maybe is cheaper, and that's fun. Food trader is like, whatever. I don't know who this is. Is that the organ, like the limb thief? I've never seen the limb thief, so I guess they go and see. Is the music playing? Yeah, okay. I think these are unused, all these organs. He seems like a good character, but I haven't met him enough. He gives, like, good context to, like, Papano and the maintenance staff. The organ trader. Isn't that the one that kills Monty and Zarya? It's like their cursed encounter, effectively. That I've never actually met. The priest is pretty fun. The priest's a great character. Weird woman. I love that she sells plumbing tools that do nothing. Gracie's alright. Is this actually in the game, or I thought this was an unused sprite when I saw it. I don't know who this is, effectively. You can go down there. You as well, because I don't know who you are either. Or is this the limb thief? No, this is this guy's replacement. I don't know. I don't like the cursed encounters that much. The organ trader is a nice guy. He just wants to help. Well, you can keep your replacement in C. The gun trader, I kind of don't like the gun trader. Just because, like, they don't give good prices on stuff. This guy's fun. Guillaume is a limb thief. Yeah, I don't know. I've never met any of these characters in the game. That's why I have no idea what I'm talking about with them. The courier trader is a little bit weird, which is nice. Food trader, I don't really care about. Maybe I move them up then. Maybe I have an I don't care, a dedicated don't really care tier. Don't really care. And that can be... I can also don't... or don't know. Because then I can, like, this is a pretty good helpful tier, actually. Okay. Yeah, I just have never gotten that one. Hobbs has a fun mechanic, but as a character, he's a bit of... He's just fine. Kind. I've never met him, but I love Kind.
Different tool.
Solely because of this. Okay, this guy I kind of like, because he seems scary, and then he's not. So I think he was also always my first door encounter for, like, my first 3 playthroughs. I thought he was predetermined, but that was just chance. He's a good first door encounter, though, to demonstrate the concept to people. which is nice. I don't know what this is. I do not know what that is. Or this. What is this thing? It looks like a shadow version of the garbage worm. I don't know who this is. There's so many things I don't know who you all are. Are you even in the game? Emmanuel, he's alright. He's alright. Henderson, alright. The suffering tier was made for Daryl. Memorial is kind of fun because you can hug with a lot of arms. This one's the Scout. The Scout is like the worst one by far. The Scout doesn't really do much. This one likes blowing stuff up. They're good. The Minesweeper is the best one for sure. Maybe even S. Oh god, I'm gonna have to figure out who these characters are. I like the Brain that doesn't actually know about the brain but just looks stuff up. I like the ones that are meeting for coffee and are like, yeah, of course we're still meeting for coffee. How could we could never stop. We gotta keep going. Who's the third one of those? The organ one's fine. I think you're one of the coffee ones. There's so many characters. Which one's literally you? The Brain that doesn't know anything but has to look stuff up because they get asked about it a lot because they're the Brain. Oh, yeah. They are pretty good characters there. It's like, yeah, my brain isn't built for this many eyes, if I remember correctly. Tickle... It annoys me that when you take Tickle off the thing, you can't buy stuff anymore, but they're still kind of fun. The guy in blue with a vertical mouth. Oh, this one. Ah, is that one named Alex? I think there is an Alex, isn't there? Also, there's a cat scratching at my door. I'm gonna... yeah, there we go. I'll take care of that and have a break. Okay, people are making noises, that's fine. Okay. I'm kind of starting to feel like I might have to abandon the every character tier list. Like, I don't know who is. They're in Mutt's Fish and Chips. I hate Steve. Steve's the other character meant for Suffer. The spider is pretty great. I really like this spider. They're mysterious. Auntie Wilma's pretty cool as well. Mysterious and weird and tied to a lot of stuff in interesting ways. The card game is, I think, the worst gimmick that they introduce, but it's alright. This one's fun because it seems kind of believable. The one that got me the most was this one, because I desperately wanted the apartment expansions to be real. That was the only one that actually was like, I wanted to try that one. They've got a pretty fun mutation. They have a fun kiss sprite. They're not as memorable. Is the music going? Oh, it has to loop. Another song with Frankie Muniz in the title. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm already tired. It has not been that long. Charon's pretty fun. Charon tells you a lot about the world in a nice way. Summer's good. Dan's mom is helpful for Dan, but not too interesting as an individual character. This guy kind of just disgusts me. Placide, I don't really like him either. You should have to fix the water instead of having Placide keep it fixed for you. Or here's Baby Teeth. That's the, like, final version. There's no regular Baby Teeth have gone missing. As a boss fight, it's alright. Okay, Marmalade. Okay, I might have to. I'm gonna move some food so that this cat can enter my room. It's a different cat than usual. Okay, come on in. Be nice. Well, he's hiding under my bed, so he's not very nice. Oh wait, I thought I deleted this. Little trick I've found using... There. Well, that didn't work that well, but... fine. Who goes in S tier? Meow? There's so many characters. There's way too many. I'm not even close. Oh god, okay, where are we? We're somewhere around here. The teeth? Do I need the other's teeth? Vincent's alright. I think he's a good first boss, or first enemy. How many animals are in the house? Well, I mean, there's two cats in my room right now. That was Barry Sam is pretty weird. I like that. I have a dedicated button for one of the cats, but it's not her that's interacting right now. Edwin, I really like Edwin. He's got fun notes. Maybe only A. Yeah, I think he's Aster and barreled here. That's fitting. The first neighbor, they're fine. There's so many just enemies. This one's kind of funny looking. I might have to give up. I don't think I'm getting a free character. I'm looking at it now and I feel like I don't actually have the stamina for all of this. Antoine's cool. What were the other suggestions so far? I think there's only one, and I'm not sure about... I don't think I want to do political views. Oh, Fear and Hunger character political views. That'd be slightly better than look at side character political views. If I have to, I could. Panopticon. Panopticon, I don't think it's that good. It's very strange that they seemingly installed all the security locks, and that doesn't make sense. I don't know, I'm running out of ideas. I don't have opinions on most of these. Marcus in A tier for sure. Marcus in A tier for sure. I like this weird looking thing. That's S tier. Honko is pretty great. I love Honko. I need to do the Honko video. How many animals are in my... Wait, do what? Oh, the Fear and Hunger one. So, we mainly have access... Oh, these are all amazing. I love the 100 gods. S might be a bit strong, but 100 gods are pretty cool. You can go in A, all of you. So yeah, I mean, it makes me think like political compass, but tier list is... How would I tier list them? Crimson Scourge, I've grown to appreciate in a way that they're incredibly, incredibly difficult. Dream Eater Aster joining you for the mask fight is incredible. That's absolutely S. 100 Moths is alright. Same for Spine Tickler. Look at side characters on how responsible they'd be if they got $1 million. I like that one. I'm gonna download this. Oh, Marc Andre. I can't believe I could have forgotten Marc Andre in S. And what else do I have strong opinions on quickly? Okay, I think that's fine. Okay. Oh god, so I'm just trying to... Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to say this as untitled, and so... Okay. It confused things. Gonna gamble it all. Yeah, okay. Let me let's get that. In fact, we might want a slightly less extreme look outside list. I'm gonna close the window while I look for these because I don't know what might happen. Party members / roommates. That's not. Like, I want an intermediate character level, like, tier list. Like, I don't need every single enemy. This is a little bit... This one might be better. This one might be a bit more restrained in how many characters it has. Coconutino Coco. Yeah. So this is hopefully not going to be missing anybody important. Okay. Delete these rows. So we gotta like rename them. So investment fund. Okay, Marmalade wants to leave. The issue with Marmalade in my room is that he hates closed doors, but I keep my door closed. So like he'll desperately want in, and then I'll close the door, and then when he realizes, he'll freak out and want to leave. And like it happens every time he's in here. So I think you'd figure it out. Buying a house, gambling, waste it, regular buying stuff. Is this sensible? Waste. Okay, yeah. Let's make a actually goes into debt. Is this a sensible, like, $1 million? Yeah. $1 million event tier list. Okay. Lay goes into debt. Dan gambles. This is obvious. These are the obvious placements. Okay, fine. But you can end up in debt from the gambling. But, alright, I'll take that. Wait, you're saying that it can't be... Wait, you said that should be at the bottom, but it also can't be worse than gambling. Would go hard as a gambling streamer on Kick. Yeah, the visitor wouldn't know what money is, so I suppose would waste it. Sam is one of these, I think. I think he's not, like... He's not crazy, but... He's not that great. I think he might buy a house. Which... I think Lyle might be the same. I'm not sure. Maybe these tiers should be adjusted. Those were my first ideas. What would the spider do with money? I feel like the spider doesn't even enjoy the concept of money. But the spider hates, like, wasting time. Okay, the spider would, like... The spider wouldn't literally be gambling, but I think the spider would get rid of all of it very quickly. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Got the easy ones out of the way. I'm like kind of confused now. Invest it just to not use the money. The main thought, so like the spider hates video games and tabletop games, hates like wastes of time. But that's partially because you have limited time from the visitor, but also he seems to just dislike it outside of that context. So, give me a moment. That's it. But so I feel like this fighter could use all of it. Yeah, they hate fun. Wouldn't even use it. That makes sense, actually. Doesn't spend. Okay. feel like wasting the money is better than not than these ones. Eugene is investment fund guy. Actually, like, Eugene is like creates a charity. He does invest in his store. This is more fun now that I'm making individual tiers for everything. With Joel would hit the money with his teeth and then he'd uncontrollably eat it, just like he did to his family. Same for Roach. There's a lot of people that would eat the money, I think. Become a billionaire. But Eugene... Let me analyze Eugene a little bit. Here's a letter. I saw the article in the paper about your food drive for the orphanage. Still organizing community charity events. I just wanted to say, I remember a time together fondly. I think the school was closed if you hadn't donated your life savings. Now you saved me from the car fire. Oh, becomes a bit... Aster would be... Okay. Well, I don't think Aster's that good. I think he's just here. A business in archaeology? I think... There's not really business in archaeology. There's research. Aster absolutely is an investment fund, I think, but I don't think he becomes a billionaire from it. Just trying to look for any easy answers here. Now, there's not that many door encounters. I guess that's one downside of this tier list. While I like not being completely overwhelmed by every single enemy in the game. I think Louis' regular buying stuff, which includes improved fursuits. Henderson already has a house, so I feel like in a way he would waste it. But he also likes money, so I feel like he would kind of keep it. Ernest would waste the money, that's a good point. Yeah. Monty and Zarya, I think Monty and Zarya would mostly... Like... Would Monty burn it? I think he's got enough control to not burn it, but it's just, I don't think he has enough control to spend it wisely. I think he just goes and wastes it. Morton would buy regular stuff. Morton would buy incredibly valuable items. Where is Morton? Here he is. Helen will start a charity for climate change. Would she? That's difficult to say. Helen is really difficult. That's why she's been sitting there this whole time. So, okay, I've put Morton in waste it instead of regular buying stuff because, well, maybe that's regular buying stuff. You're just buying, like, jewels and random, like, watch fobs, you know? think Helen would use it to not have to, like, retire. Which is, I think, the buy a house tier. I think that's the most sensible option. I think Helen would want to avoid attention with stuff like starting a charity. Because then people will pay attention to her, and then they might notice the stuff she does. I think she just wants to... She'd like to just buy a house where she can live and be alone. Retirement funds. Well, that's kind of what this is, like... It's like boring, long-term stuff. That's not like this much. It's like meaningful life improvement thing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Morton is kind of wasting it, but I think it's regular buying stuff level. Then again, he's kind of in between. Yeah, he'd be valuable treasures like bags of refuse or electrical wires, which is basically normal stuff to buy. Audrey, I think, is pretty simple, responsible tier. That's what sticks out to me about Audrey, I think. The other astronomers. They're all decently sensible, but I think... Then again, they do like join a cult. I think it's probably this. Like, right? This makes sense to me. Aurelius buys Burger King or something, and they make effective use of it, but not Aster, who's the mega nerd. Maybe. Okay, who are we missing? Sophie's hard to say. She's got a lot of variation. I feel like she could gamble. She could just give it to her mom. But I don't think that counts, because her mom could be rated separately. Where is her mom? She might not be on this tier list, which is unfortunate. No, there she is. I feel like her mom is sensible enough. But Sophie... I think just regular wastes it. Yeah, where's his normal camera hobby? Well, he mentions when you talk to him, like, I never really thought of myself as the camera guy before now. He's not, like, really defined by cameras for his whole life or anything. He just likes them. It's like a thing he does. Like, I'm not the the crossword guy if I play a crossword once a week. But he got turned into the camera guy. I think Philippe would like the gambling. Or eating it or gambling. Because as a mushroom, he doesn't really need money. You want to cause pain to other people is the main thing Philippe likes to do. And like, Lyle, I think, is regular buying stuff. He does have have a dark room. So that is, it's a bit more than normal. I love the kid that was too focused on games to notice the visitor. Just thinking about them. I'm like, can Philippe make other people gamble with the money? Right? What if he buys Philippe an underground criminal organization? I was thinking, like, what if he buys... 1 million isn't enough to do this. You need even more than that. I was thinking, like, what if he buys, like, apartments and then raises the prices to make... until people can't afford it and they're forced to leave. That's, like, one of the evilest things I could think of with, like, a bunch of money. But 1 million isn't actually enough for that. But I like buying businesses to make them worse, to cause suffering. Oh, drugs works. Drugs works. Oh, gets people. I'm going with buys things to make them worse for everybody else. Let me try and try and just make space here. Okay, let's... I don't know. Priest? What would Spine do? Spine can't use money because she's stuck in another dimension. So that's an easy one. Now that I think about it. Juice box is definitely the worst one. Priest would probably donate it. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he does do like a charity thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That's actually what is this? This is a bunch of rats. Okay, yeah. So that makes sense for the priest. We don't have... I feel like Marcus is the only one of these that we have that much character for. Who else do we know enough about? I guess you can go in the same tier. His back head would eat it when, like, he wasn't looking, or, like, just... I guess he always gets to look, but, like, it'd be a constant fight, and eventually the back head would win, and eat the money. What is this thing? I guess it's a Meat World enemy. Yeah, I do remember that quote from Lou about, I still got it. So that's kind of fun. It's not that much, though. Was that the... Yeah, pancreas. Emmanuel wastes it on trash. I think regular buying stuff, honestly. I don't think the manual is that bad. What would Edwin do? Oh, I could even upload my, Give me a moment, let me check this is working. Okay. I can get my, Which version of Edwin should I use? Let's use this Edwin. My purple-eyed Edwin. So then we have Stargazer separately. He's a cassette collector. You don't waste $1 million on cassettes. And, like, buying some stuff that you like is in regular buying stuff, right? Like, Louis gonna buy, like, a fursuit, but, you know, that's fine. Is it a waste of money? Yeah, is it a waste of money if it's on something you love? Is it? You find a way. I don't think Emmanuel is that bad. I think he's all right. What song is this? Oh, this is the 3 minutes of ominous noise again. It's still in the playlist. Okay, let me. Edwin's actually really generous with his equipment, but I don't think he's quite, like, donates $1 million to charity generous. He definitely buys some expensive astronomy stuff. He already has some, though. He's kinda, he's one of these two. I think he might be buying regular stuff. Stargazer, of course, is in another, kind of in another dimension. So, yeah, stuck there. David would, I mean, it's not, he wouldn't be literally charity, but it would be similar. Like, improving, a lot of it would go to, like, improving conditions for the students, which is pretty close. I think Wiggly Fred would like gambling. I think that speaks to him. And where's the Fred who bites? There we go. Another one for the eating it tier. Toxic Fred. Yeah. Face Taker. I don't know if I want to rank every Fred. Cause it's kind of a lot of thread. Tickle. I'm thinking like I mean, for them this is kind of, it's like pays people like for their blood. Like, I feel like maybe even Philippe is in this level. Like, not literally blood. And in the sense this is more responsible than many of these things, but it's evil. How's it going? We're doing a, what people do if they win $1 million in, like, a lottery. So, like, this is the newest tier I've just added. I think these three, like, Toxic Fred pays somebody to trick them into allowing him to mind control them. And Tickle pays people for their, so he can take their blood. And, like, Philippe, I don't know if Philippe can mind control people, but you do a similar thing of, like, I want to use your body for something, and not even in the fun way, in a horrible, evil way. Who else do we have? We know what the gamer's spending it on. That's right, Genshin Impact. Would the gamer play Genshin Impact? He's a big fan of old games, and Genshin Impact is not an old game, but I think he probably would anyway. Yeah. Marc-Andre would run to the Marc-Andre would run to the bank and he'd trip and drop the money down like a sewer drain. He gets his own tier. There we go, Marc-Andre. I love you. Didn't give it to his mom. Huh. Yeah. I mean, he could. Well, I have to investigate a little bit more. Guilt Dan into staying. Doesn't really say. She has a name which I could get to. Oh, here we go. Dan's mom over here. Her name was like Bernice or something, wasn't it? Daniel, is that you? Been watching your stream, Daniel. Coming out to the living room. Your video game. I feel like I'm meeting a movie star. I'm not sure. Yeah, he could, like... He would definitely gamble on stream, is the thing. I love Marc-Andre dropping it down the sewer drain. Honko. He either, well, I think he ends up here. He has money to spend on like his kids. He also has money to spend on interdimensional adventures and stuff, which is effectively regular buying stuff if you're spending it on interdimensional adventures. Okay, we've got most of the characters on this list. Stuart, he would buy cars, which is effectively regular buying stuff. Who else was here? Oh, Dane's mom is here as an option. These two are still stuck in another dimension with Spine. What would this guy do? He's not very good with money, because he doesn't run the shop very well. He just sells what was already in there. He could pay people for their blood. Actually, is, oh yeah, this, he's definitely in pays people for their blood tier. But what about the main head? The main head, I think is a lot more likely to waste it instead of... Right? Because again, they're not good with money. They just sell what's already in their room. Yeah, and the rats can waste it on cheese and stuff. But which rats in particular? There's kind of too many. Let's go with you. Or one of them. Actually, all the rats do have their own dialect. I can't like recognize a rat by what they say. You would definitely pay people for rat tales. The other rats, like isn't one of them a university student or something? And like there's tons of details about some of the rats, but it's not stuff that I know. That makes sense. The investment funds for his empire point. I like that one. They would just give it to Sam, I think. What about Nestor before transformation? We don't really know enough about him. Clara the cheese trader would invest it in the store. Right. She gets more cheese every day. Interesting. I'm not actually sure which one is Clara, though. There's a lot of rats. It's hard to remember all of them. Okay, Clara's the one with the bag. That makes sense. There we go. Okay. Who else do we have? There's a lot of monsters that wouldn't really be able to do anything. The pitcher plant. Could the pitcher plant find people who are into vor and pays them? I think that's possible. I don't know. What do you even do? I don't know. Jean. Could be a little bit irresponsible, I think. I'm not sure. Comatose could do yoga training. I don't know. He didn't seem like he liked the yoga teacher thing that much. But he does start teaching you in it. Jean would use it for normal things like a tarp and a scratch post. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Who else do we have? Whenever I see Rat Champion, I think that there's somebody in the Discord server that really likes Rat Champion. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should rate Rat Champion. Everybody likes Rat Champion, right? The most popular character. Rat Champion would... I don't know. Like, I don't what would Rat Champion doesn't have very much. Comatose is a significant enough character to rank if I think of something. Charn? What if Charn did the library thing? Charn doing the library thing would be charity-like. Which is cool. Okay, I want to work from the bottom. Is there anybody... Steve would waste it on bandages or something. Like, I don't know. I hate Steve. Daryl... I don't know. Oh, wait, maybe Steve would eat it. Money is kind of like bandages. Yeah, that makes sense. Rat Champion is a cool rat who would invest in getting stronger. Okay, that's not quite an investment fund. The Rat Champion pays for Comatose's lessons. Ooh. That was an idea I had. I said it like I was reading it from someone else, but I was I was reading it from my own mind. I mean, I don't think Comatose is investment fund level. I think starting your own business is honestly not the most responsible thing you can do. I think it's actually a very dangerous option. Let me put business. Rat. I think Rat King goes there too. And then Comatose's lessons are regular buying stuff, I think. Two different cultures clashing. It would be... is that even a katana, though? What's it called? Whisper Blade. Oh, the Shadow Blade whispers too. This isn't a very katana-looking sprite. I guess Comatose... It's the same one that Comatose uses in battle, which is fairly katana-like. The hilt is different. The handle. I don't think katana handles are like that, typically, are they? Maybe I'm slightly wrong. Give me a moment. Oh, wrong picture. It's definitely single-edged, but there are other single-edged swords. It's barely curved. Katanas are normally more curved than that. Their hand guard is normally pretty small, and that is fairly small. So that could be right, but it also has a pommel, and katanas don't have pommels. So I'm not sure if it's what it is exactly. It's definitely different from like a precise katana replica, but it could have been that's what Frankie was going for, and a few details are off, or maybe it's meant to be something different. Anyway, let's keep going. So lots of rats. Pierre would, I think, mainly would most of all want to use it to find a way to be more normal looking, which is basically regular buying stuff. Okay, we've got the bottom layers down. Jumpstart a circus. I guess he could want to be in a circus. He does like being a clown. My one thought about Marcus is maybe he spends it on... he spends his money on, grifter stuff. He buys, supplements from podcasters. But that wouldn't be all that he buys, and I don't think we know that much. What would River buy? I mean, would focus on stuff to differentiate himself from... Or maybe I think it's just regular buying stuff. Yeah, exactly. The podcast scams. Yeah, Pierre is an entertainer. So maybe that's business. Does that make... I think I see that. That makes sense as I think about it more. Clinton Madison. A lot of these traders are I don't know. He really liked sports stuff. Yeah, I think he already collected sports stuff. Kind of wasting it, but will be nice. Collecting sports stuff is regular. This is the kind of guy that likes gambling, I think. A lot of these weirdos here. I guess they seem like they have all these gems for. What's up with them? I don't actually. What's up with the curio trader? I need to drink water. I haven't been doing that. He might be like a thief. Is that what's implied with him? Or is he just, you know, selling stuff already? I mean, like, good things for sale, to me, suggests that they weren't doing this because of the emergency. They were doing this because they already had this kind of stuff for sale. Yeah? A collector. To me, having... they might be a thief, if you think about how many they have. And cagey about where he comes from and where he finds his goods. Or unless you meant this one, the sports collector. In which case, I'll agree. The curio trader, I think, is kind of doing a business thing. A shady jewelry selling business. Which, again, I want to say business is maybe less responsible than regular buying stuff. Business is... using your lottery money for business purposes is actually... I don't have faith in any of these businesses. I think they're worse than regular buying stuff in like a rating level. But theoretically, it could be good, and so I'm putting it there, but just something to remember. These aren't real people, or are they? I think there's stuff to his story with the update that I haven't gotten to see yet. She could be... I mean, she's charitable. I don't think... Well, might be David level. She's charitable, but I think she's not that charitable. I don't know, maybe this is Gracie character assassination, and the Gracie heads are gonna be after me for this one. Most of the Mutts characters we don't really know enough about. Same for a lot of these, like... I don't know. Who else is here? Okay, we're basically... Okay. The people on the top layer could be rated, I think. Yeah, okay, overworked nurse doing retirement funds. Yeah, that's what I think. Wait, did I rate Madison already? Madison's the name as well, I've remembered now. No, but where did Clint go then? He just got separated by accident. Okay. A lot of characters oh, you're not even a real person, you're a fungus, I think. I'm not sure. A lot of these are like door encounters that you don't really know that much about. Vincent, all we know is that he had a party. There's really not much to Vincent. I think Charon could do the library thing, which is kind of a charity. think, but he could also. I'm gonna say that one, but it's like $1 million on a live. That'd be kind of fun. Fungus Dudes would do the same thing as Philippe, which is why I find it's not worth rating them individually. I don't know enough about Squeakums. I've only heard some of what Squeakums does. I think Squeakums would find things to spend it on. If they could speak rat. Yeah, a bit difficult. Okay, this is basically everybody that I can think to... Well, okay, these two. I don't think we really have much to distinguish them. Could they be... Maybe... I think they can reach Sam's tier. Yeah, I think that makes sense for them. Daryl, I don't know. Daryl's weird. Okay. Spider-Girl would put it for university, yeah, like the basement rat guy might gamble the money. I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it. And so I actually was thinking that. Yeah, I mean, university counts. Is this tier, I think. University counts for that. And so, with that, I'm pretty happy with this one. These businesses are not very good. I'm moving them down. I don't think any of these businesses are better than just buying things that you like. Okay. And I mean, this is obviously... What would you do with that one? Oh, stock trading now. Alright. I don't know if that's... Yeah, it's an alright option. In game development. That could be fun. If you ever do a children's hospital. Like, maybe. I don't... It's like... I do see what you're getting at. What happened? Like... what happened over here? The download button is not very good. Yeah, I can do more tier lists, yeah. It doesn't have to be look outside. It can be a lot of things. What up? Do I have any other ideas? I must have had other ideas at some point. Spice tolerance? That seems a little boring. I'm not super invested in spice tolerance. What if I did like a... Which one is this? Can I do anything with this? It'd be a lot of work to put the PNGs onto tier list maker. I'm just like laughing at some of the things I put on this thumbnail. Oh, I did have a more regular idea. I do want to just try real quick just like a party member tier list based on how successful I've been with them. Morton's a lot better now. Joel takes a lot of effort. This is, well, okay. I haven't used enough. I haven't used regular Sophie enough. Or Philippe, really, or these two. That kid's not... I don't know, maybe this isn't worth it. The games. The games are a little bit harder to do just in a visual sense. Yeah, I don't think I think just the logistics of that aren't realistic, unless I do them like a text file. These are my favorite ones, by the way. I think that's well known. Just going by favorites. I actually don't like using Joel that much. Lay is more fun. Captain C tier, sad. This is the preference tier list. Yeah, I think this is correct. These are party members I need to use at some point. Fear and hunger characters by what real religion they would have. Sure. Oh god, there's so many tier lists. 1 plus Terminate Gods. This is 161 characters, I guess. Okay, let me reset it. It's taking a while. What faith they would have if they were in the real world? I mean, this isn't even a good idea. I think, like, if I do it generally, it's kind of boring. Because, like, we have, like, a lot of them are based on real-world religions, the ones that they have. And so it's like, okay, well, I don't want to put... I sort of want to turn... I don't want to, like, imply a higher tier religion, so the top tiers are empty. This is, like, literally is Christian. Literally is non-religious. There might be too many characters here. Where'd Olivia go? Okay. Okay. Police ranking. I don't know. Maybe we're out of ideas. Maybe we're out of ideas. And like. I've already done some weird Fear and Hunger tier lists in the past, so like I'm out of if they shave. Can you provide more detail on what you mean by that? Also, which characters, which set? Because in Fear and Hunger, you might be able to just have definitive answers for various kinds. Their favorite ice cream flavor. I'm not actually. I don't know if I can do that weird of a tier list. How clean they shave. Well. What? Okay, I'm literally Googling weird tier list ideas, which is maybe a sign that I'm out. Okay, I have a beach episode tier list, what they do during a beach episode. How dangerous people are. I found it. Okay. Thank you to... Here we go. This is... r/Danganronpa Maleficent Prize. How every character reacts to me not having tier list ideas tier list. So this is... I'll make a slight difference on this one. What if I become Moe for this one? I don't know if I can set that up right now. This is, like... This is tier list opinions. Likes tier lists. Doesn't understand tier lists. Hates tier lists. There we go, this is the best idea I could come up with. I think Dark doesn't understand them. Neither does Dragonwalder. But Anki kinda likes it. What's Moe? It's complicated. or it's really funny to read Moe as Mo. Like the name. What if I became Mo? I don't know if I want to be Mo right now. Trocher would love tier lists. So would the girl. Because she would watch tier list videos on her iPad. Nosferatu. Yeah, definitely likes them. I think Lagarde likes them if he's rated well, but hates them if he isn't. And I don't really have a category for that. August is too old. You don't know what they are. Olivia thinks that they're annoying. So does Karen. And Dan, actually. They agree. They agree on a lot of things, actually. Saw thinks they're stupid. Saw doesn't like any recreational activities, including tier lists. Tanaka secretly likes them, but isn't allowed to by his family. I think Marina would be annoyed by tier lists, honestly. Levi wouldn't know what they are, he's never had the internet. Same for Marco. Samurai is okay with them. This is a dumb. This is dumb. How would they feel if you came out as X? Well, what is X? Because they have to be in the same list. I don't know about Kahara. I think actually, I can see Kahara loving them in a way if he's, I don't know, it's weird, but I actually see that one. I'm just kind of placing some people randomly, because I don't know. Yiga gets... This guy's a power scaler, so he loves tier lists. Abella doesn't know what they are. Henrik is fine with them. Okay, I'm done. I'm all out of ideas. Nasra loves tier lists in life because he's at the top of them and everybody else is below him, like this one. Okay, this is I don't know. I think I think it's all. I think I'm done. This is my last remnants of ideas. I didn't even have that many ideas. They took a lot longer to make than I thought. If this video gets 5 comments with good tier list ideas, then we'll do another. How they would feel towards me if they found out my honest opinion about them. Now that's kind of interesting. That one's complicated, right? Which is interesting. Okay, that's a good one. I like this one. So I feel like one of my first thoughts was confused. I think Audrey would be confused. I think Sam would be confused because he doesn't know why I'd like him that much. Right? Like that's... I like these two, and they'd be confused that I do. Daryl and Steve. Fear. They would fear me. Thank you for the suggestion. Like, okay, I have to think of my opinion of them, and then I have to think of what they would think of that, which is so complicated. It's a challenge. Imagine we are in a forest. Okay, I'm imagining. So, like, as expected. So, like, I think that Lei is cool. And I think that she'd be like, yeah, I am. Insulted. Because I think Philippe is funny. And he doesn't want to be funny. I find a little bit doing the crab stance what I do. Obviously I also follow an engage crab stance. That's standard procedure. Okay, so yeah, Philippe would be insulted, not because I dislike him, but because I think he's funny, and he doesn't want to be funny. Okay, this is good. This is good. They would be insulted, definitely. Sophie, I think Sophie's really funny. And I think she thinks she is funny. So I think that she would understand that. Dan, I think he's entertaining, but also annoying in ways. So what does that add up to? I feel like as a live streamer, he'd be prepared for any kind of opinion of him. And I'd have one that fits within that range of opinions of viewers could have of a live streamer. Master would be confused why I like him so much. I think people that I'm neutral towards and are neutral back, it was like, yeah, whatever. That's fine. Stargazer, I think... Helen. So, like, what do I think of Helen? I like how she's big and scary, but I like that she's kind of nice, even though she's no good at talking to people and doesn't even like talking to them that much, but is polite anyway. There's also maybe the murder thing, which I'm unsure about. And she also might be from another dimension or something. It's not really clear. I feel like I know too much. One of my main thoughts is, like, I feel like I know too much about Helen and she wouldn't like that. So I'm gonna have, like, I know too much. Same for Lyle, because I also know that he likes he steals souls. So I think these two would be like, oh, she respects people who are scared of her. Yeah, I wouldn't even be scared of her though, because I know that she's probably mostly safe. I think these three would think that I know too much and would feel like there's a threat from me as a result. Yeah. Which is below neutral, that's a negative response. Joel. In the end, I'm very neutral on Joel. Like, I think he's good in some ways, I think... Morton. Like, I have to... Morton Roaches, the Rat Kid. I'm getting tired. This is a very interesting idea, but... Like, how do I finish it? Confused why I like them specifically. But if I had a weak crab technique, tough? I mean, I would improve my crab technique. I think my crab technique would win no matter what. I don't know what Juicebox is like in his head, but... I would have a negative opinion as it gets translated to here, I think. Oh, a Fred. Where's the other Fred? The other Fred would definitely go in here. All of these Freds are trying to deceive you. In fact, almost every Fred is trying to deceive you, and I know too much about them. Even you. Regular Fred would be, thank you for saving me, which I guess is as expected. I like their eyes, so I think they might be confused why I like them, but I don't know. I need, like, okay, spine. Morton. I think Morton is. I think Morton's kind of cool, but I think Morton would expect the level of opinion that I have. I think it's like, yeah, you like me, that's fine. Joel, I guess, neutral. I think that makes sense. Roaches would be like, no, I'm not roaches, I'm literally a human. So is that I know too much, or is roaches gonna be insulted in some way? I really don't know. I think I am neutral to Ernest, so... But if he knew exactly what I thought of him, he might be scared by my, like... Oh god, I don't know. He would think that I know too much. Even though I don't necessarily know that much about him. He's somewhat paranoid. So he ends up in here, even though I don't know too much. Does that make sense? There would be different roaches as well. It's complicated. The no too much tier is maybe getting too big, but... Oh well. My opinion of Madison is that it's funny that she almost takes it, like, that's, like, how do you, I think that's an insulted, that's what I think of her. I think Clinton would actually understand that I don't like him after he's turned into a tooth monster, though. Like... It's, I have a negative opinion of him, but he'd be like, yeah, if he was in his right mind, he would be like, well, yeah, I've gone mad and attacked you with teeth, and given you another option but to kill me. That makes sense. I don't want to do too much more. I'm like getting tired from this. Spine is one I want to rate, but like, I think Spine is cool. But if I would... it's not her fault. She thought a 30-something-year-old man was her infant daughter. Yeah. They were allowed to truck. I hope you still heard what I was saying. Okay, Beryl. I quite like Beryl. But I think Beryl is used to being liked. And I mainly like her in a conversational sense. So, like, it'd be like, yeah, I have a good impression of you from a conversation. And be like, yeah, I give good impressions in conversations. I think that's sensible. Jasper. I don't know. I need to, like, fully formulate a definitive opinion on on all of these characters. What's my definitive opinion on Jasper? I like him, but like in what way? And how does that make Jasper react? I've had this tier just in case, but I haven't used it yet. It's too late to add a new tier. Well, I could, but... So, okay, Spine and Jasper. Spine... Jasper hates that I kissed uterus. I kissed more than the uterus, but... Okay, yeah, that particular... That's not my opinion of Jasper. I have an opinion of Jasper, which is that I don't know. He's a great character. He would think that I know too much, but I don't think he would care as much as the others that I know too much. Maybe in a confused why I like them kind of way, but yeah, maybe. And so Spine would be like, oh, your view of me is as if you were... God, I don't know. 'Cause if I'm not Sam, she doesn't want to merge with me. So she's not insulted that I don't want to. So maybe Spine is flattered by my opinion. Marcus would react. He'd be insulted that I think he's a clown of a character. That's a pretty simple one, honestly. Spine... I think Spine might be in the, like... I'm thinking of adding this. Barrel might go there too. But... I don't know. I think this is about all I can rank. There's more characters that could be worth ranking. Sybil isn't on this list, which is kind of crazy. It's really weird. I noticed that earlier. What would Sybil think? Or the Visitor? I think the Visitor would understand and would be... I mean, eventually the Visitor would understand. And would be like, yeah, that makes sense. Sybil would be like... Oh, Sybil would be terrified, actually. In a different way to them. Like, okay, I mean, I know... Yeah, okay. Sybil would be absolutely horrified that I know about the whole Unity thing. This is the most extreme knowing too much. Okay. Alright, that's enough for me. This is a very interesting idea of a tier list. That was Alex, was it? Let me check. Yeah. Actually, a really... Like... It's complicated. There's layers on it that I think are really interesting. So, thank you for this idea in particular. And I'll be ending the stream now. Let me just say that. Oh god, no, this is supposed to be 4. Okay, whatever. And then I'll show my this one again. You could go over the others, actually. Let me carefully organize them in such a way where I can do that. Because I have to, like, make a folder for them, basically. Okay, this temporary folder I use. And I take these and I put them in here. And then I take this one and put it in here. And then make sure this is working. Okay. Okay, we can review the tier lists now. Okay, here. So this was character tier list. I tried to rank as many as possible. There's way too many to actually rank everybody, and so I gave up partway through. It's just like opinion, you know. This is what they would do if they got $1 million in like a lottery. This is a fairly fun one to make. I like this one as well. This is what they would think of me if they knew what I thought of them. Which is it's a bit complicated, but it was interesting. The no too much tier ended up being very big, because I included all the shreds, I guess. And the I at the end is representing Sybil, because there wasn't one on that tier list. And this is the one I made for the thumbnail. This is the frenchness tier list. This was, I think, the most successful one. This I felt like everything went pretty well. Yeah. These are good rankings. You terrify me. Okay. Well, goodbye.